John chapter 7. It's one thing to have friends turn on you, but it's another thing to have family mock you and turn on you. And many of us, as sad as it is, in this sinful world, we know it too true. In today's reading, we see that Jesus is now, he went about to Galilee. He left Judea because the Jews were seeking to kill him. And the Bible tells us that not even Jesus' brother believed in him. And so they come and they try to mock him. Well, if the works you're doing, why do you do it in secret? Why don't you show others your good works? Such a sad thing that the Messiah is right there in their midst. And yet, even family goes to mock as well. I believe this is why the authors of Hebrews were right. That we do not have a high priest who is unable to sympathize with us, but one who has been tempted in every way and still without sin. He had friends turn on him. He had the religious leaders turn on him, the ones that were supposed to give hope, and now his family is mocking him. Ain't it good to know that Christ has suffered as we have? And yet Christ can show that compassion to us because he himself has been through it. What we also see here is as Jesus goes and he starts teaching in the temple, the Jews therefore marveled. So now you got the crowd marveling and you got the religious leaders hearing it. And then the crowd out of nowhere says you have a demon. And who's seeking to kill you? Because Jesus confronts him and says, you guys are planning to kill me. Now they're trying to make Jesus seem as if he's crazy. In this chapter, in John chapter 7, you will see how the odds were against Christ. It's now being stacked up. The pinnacle of his death is about to come. And it all comes from the bitterness of these religious leaders that they see one greater than them. How much are we that we like to fight for our position in life? These religious leaders saw one who was going to take a name, one who was going to take their power, one who was going to take their position, not as if he wanted to. And yet, so they started seeking to kill him. Jesus said, if they persecuted the master of the household, they will persecute you. Jesus then extends an offer to them and says, come to me, all who are thirsty. If anyone thirsts, let him come to me and drink. And he who believes in me, as the scripture has said, out of his heart will flow living water. So there's division going on while Jesus is teaching. They're mocking Jesus. And yet in grace, Jesus still reaches out and says, come to me. And he says it to you today. Come to me. God bless you.